Aston Villa were founded in 1874 and were one of the three football clubs to have founded both the English Football League in 1888 and the Premier League in 1992. Following their European Cup win in 1982, which is now rebranded to the Champions League, they went on to win the European Super Cup. Villa holds 7 titles in the First Division from 1894 to 1981 being the most recent victory, and were the runners-up to the Premier League in 1993. They hold 7 FA Cups from 1887 and 1957 being their most recent win. In 2015 they were the runners-up. Similarly, the now called Carabao Cup, they hold 5 trophies from 1961 and the most recent one being in 1996, and in 2020 they were the runners-up. Since 1996, Villa have always found themselves finishing in the top half of the table, usually finishing just around that 6th place spot. It wasn't until the 2011 to 2012 season where we saw considerable drop-off in quality for Villa, where they finished only 16th in the table, 2 spots above relegation, and then in the 2014 to 2015 season, they finished 17th, only 1 spot above relegation and 3 points from actually being relegated. And then unfortunately in the 2015 to 2016 season, we saw Villa in another relegation battle, but this time they weren't so lucky.
By the way, at the moment is conducting a review of the season. It begs the question, why waste the time and money? I've conducted my own review. You sell Benteke, Delph and Wyman, you don't replace cleverly, you let Ron Vlaar go, you buy a clutch of French players that nobody's ever heard of, you sack the coach and replace him with someone with no Premier League experience, you get relegated. There you go. Review
saved them a lot of money, that.
And I feel really disappointed. You know, the Premiership was lost to a major football club, and but even so, you know, that sounds rather patronising at this minute.
In October 2018, Dean Smith was appointed head coach with the plans of getting Villa back into the Premier League.
Dean Smith, Aston Villa head coach. Just tell us how that feels and what it's like to be here now on your first day.
Yeah, it feels really good. I suppose a lot's been made of the emotional tie-in, you know, being a Villa fan as a kid. But the other side of it, I've been involved in professional football now for 30 years. You know, I've been coaching for 13 years, so I've certainly earned the seat, I feel, and certainly looking forward to it because there's a good squad of players here, and you know, looking forward to working with them.
Jack Grealish, a player who developed through Villa's youth academy, found his way into Villa's starting lineup and became one of their most key players under Dean Smith and played a monumental role in their championship campaign.
Just 2 goals though in the last 8 championship matches. Fouled. Neil Taylor, here goes Grealish. Still he goes on. Oh, was that a penalty? Towards Green. Grealish, it's not penalty! Yes. Good. Grealish takes over. He goes down. Free kick. And that's a crunching challenge. Grealish. Oh, that was a tough challenge. Oh, he's taken down there. That's got to be a yellow. Still Grealish goes down the challenge.
Has run on and physically attacked Jack Grealish. An utter disgrace. Well, there are lines that just cannot be crossed. And Jack Grealish has done extraordinarily well to stay calm there. Words just absolutely fail me. Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace to see anything like that on the football field, and the way that Grealish has reacted. Fair play to him, because I think a number of people would have turned around and tried to hit him, because that is disgusting. Neil Taylor. Grealish. Villa took their chance. Birmingham didn't.
Best day of my life. To come here, you know, for the first time. Obviously, captain Aston Villa and scored a winner. You know, it's what dreams are made of, especially for me being an Aston Villa fan.
You've seen the incident back with the fan, though. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, I was just unaware at the time. Obviously, I think we had a corner, was it, or a throw-in in the corner. And obviously I was walking into position, and then I just felt a whack around the side of the face. Obviously I don't, you know, there's rivalry and stuff in football, but I don't think there's any place for that really. But, you know, I just tried to get on with my job in the end, and I think I did, you know. I scored the winner and we've come away with 3 points. So.
Yeah. How sweet a moment was that to get the winner?
It was unbelievable, you know, in front of our fans and stuff. And after what happened in the first half, I think it was set up for it. And like I said, you know, captaining the club here was something I've dreamed of since I was a little kid, so over the moon.
In 2019, Villa managed to make their way into the playoff finals and successfully make their way back into the Premier League.
Then he comes off his shoulder, but for Villa and El Ghazi, they do not care. Oh, and it's going to go in! It's going to go in from John McGinn, and Villa it. The fallen giants are back on their feet. Aston Villa, one of the great clubs in English football, return to the elite, and Dean Smith, a man steeped in the cause, has guided them there. If at first you don't succeed, come back next year and
And in Villa's return to the Premier League, they managed to stay out of the relegation zone by just 1 point. In this game where the goal line technology didn't work, when a goal should have been given, it caused Bournemouth to get relegated and Villa to stay up from one technical fault.
Face of John Terry for a moment, and you can see they're getting the information through. Any minute now they're going to get the news that they've done it. And I can tell you it's finished. They'll get the news in just a second. And there it is. There is the confirmation that Aston Villa are in the Premier League for another season after 34 games of this 38-game season.
Yes, we do have an update. You may have seen some reports this morning saying that Jack Grealish is close to moving to Manchester City. There has been talk about the fact that Manchester City are prepared to pay £100 million for him and that he will become a Manchester City player after the Euros.
Then in 2021, Manchester City bought Jack Grealish for a fee of $100 million, breaking the English transfer fee record. After a bad start to the season, Dean Smith was sacked and replaced by Steven Gerrard. Gerrard managing to keep Villa in the Premier League after the season he took over from Dean Smith. However, in the following season, he again struggled and Villa were back into a relegation battle around 17th place. So halfway through the season, he was quickly fired, and Unai Emery, an experienced manager with a lot of experience in Europe, managed to take over. In half a season, Unai Emery took Villa from a 17th relegation battle and finished in 6th place, but managed to get back into playing in European football in the Europa Conference League.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Aston Villa. On behalf of our board, and in particular our owners, Weddies and Nasser Sawiris, I'd like to formally welcome and introduce you to you all our new coach, Unai Emery. His track record speaks for itself, and his arrival is perhaps the most important moment and most important step our club has taken since our promotion from the Championship 3 years ago.
One player that has flourished under Unai Emery is Emiliano Martinez, Villa's goalkeeper, who is a player brought in by Dean Smith and is now playing for Argentina. He played a major part in winning the World Cup and the Copa America.
I won a major tournament for my country.
World Cup.
So I've done that, Copa America, but my dream is to play in the World Cup. So once I do that, I'm just going to go and win it.
Another player that has rapidly improved under Unai Emery is striker Ollie Watkins, another player Dean Smith brought in, but is now just one goal behind being top goal scorer in the Premier League this season. With hopes that Unai could bring Villa back into playing in Europe, he took Villa from a relegation battle left by Gerrard's campaign and managed to bring them back to a finish of 6th place, where they managed to achieve Europa Conference League football. In the 2023-2024 season, Unai Emery managed to break Villa's record of winning 15 consecutive home matches even beating the likes of Man City and Arsenal back-to-back in the same week. Finishing the first half of the current season, Unai Emery managed to get Villa in second place. Now currently in the tail end of the season, they are in fourth place looking to return to the Champions League for the first time since 1982.